Hey everyone, I'm Dan from JazzComposersPresent.com, an online space where composers, musicians, and listeners come together to celebrate the music we love. I'm joined today by Rachel Eckroth, Grammy-nominated pianist, keyboardist, composer, and vocalist who teaches jazz arranging for Jazz Outreach Initiative and the University of Nevada in Las Vegas. Rachel is here to show us how to use electronics and effects to inspire creativity in your compositions.
So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about ways to add some interest in the tone and texture of your compositions by getting inspiration from synths, electronics, effects pedals, those kind of things. I work a lot with these type of things, and I love the idea of bringing these qualities into acoustic instruments. So starting with the fact that sound is just waveforms, and in synthesis, we use different electronic signals to manipulate the waveforms, especially in ways that acoustic instruments don't normally do. So a typical synthesizer will have knobs or sliders, like, you've all seen one, that represent attack, decay, sustain, and release. And those are like the main components of a basic synthesizer. And so in the examples that I wrote for today, I use things like dynamics and extended techniques to kind of recreate what synths can do. So my first example is a vibrato effect or warble that mimics tape, and it gives a pitchy effect to the ensemble. Of course, something like this is going to work better with long notes. But first, you'll hear a track from my album, The Garden, where the synth pads have this warble sound underneath the saxophone. And then you'll hear what I wrote to recreate that effect. As you can see in the score, I literally instructed the player to bend the pitch up and down between the notes in order to get that extra wide vibrato sound. And you'll be hearing this example throughout the whole lesson here. But anyway, my second example is the use of delay. So there are many ways to use a delay pedal. This example is more of a time delay. So the repeated notes are often set at a certain duration, like half note, quarter note, eighth note, and trail off as the main notes are played. So you'll hear a piece of a song called Pivot from my band Antilog, and then an example where the delay will kick in halfway through the piece. Okay, and so for that delay effect specifically, I wrote triplets, as you can see in the score, that start with an accent and trail off dynamically between the main notes. So that's a sample of a delay effect. Okay, and my third one is a swell effect. So just exactly as it sounds, the note swells in volume. I recreated this by using extreme dynamics and cutoffs. So in synthesis, this is created by using a long attack, so the pitch or the sound doesn't begin right away, and a short release, so it gets cut off really quickly. Next is the ring modulator effect, which is basically an effect that takes a wave and moves the frequencies so they're more dissonant, and it uses harmonics, creating a bell-like or metallic sound. And here's what I did to recreate it. That one makes me laugh. It's a little extreme, but it's fun to try to create something on the edge like that. And that actually inspired me to find combinations of instruments that would really work to create a closer sound to what the pedal does. Maybe use some mutes or something like that. And my last example is a sequencer. So just like it sounds, it's a sequenced group of notes that can be manipulated in real time to change the rhythm, the tone, the pitch, the tempo. Here is a video of me doing a little synthesis and moving the sequence around in real time. And here is an example of something I wrote to recreate the sequencer. Okay, so in my excerpt, I simply played with notes and rhythms related to the original idea, but there are so many techniques available that you can use, like moving pitch slightly or speeding up and slowing down, changing the tone of the sound mid-idea, or dropping notes out here and there. My first example was from an album of mine called The Garden, which is available everywhere. And second was something from my band called Antilog, which is also available online streaming. And so that's it. There are limitless things you can do to create sound with electronics and synths. And this can also add a freshness to your composing ideas and even change the way you think about sound.
Thanks for watching today's mini lesson. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Drop any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos down below. To watch our full-length events and participate in live Q&As with our presenting artists, head to jazzcomposerspresent.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.